Trying to find jobs after the web developer bootcamp, I made a lot of mistakes. You know, my parents warned me that you should go to college if you want to get a good job. After I finished the bootcamp, I went on a little site called Upwork. As you'd probably expect, couldn't manage to find jobs. So I started sending my resumes to a lot of normal jobs. And at the time, I thought I was really lucky. The second guy, as soon as I came in, he offered me an interview right away and told me, hey, do you want to start working tomorrow? So for me, I thought, holy shit, this is so cool. I'm so fucking lucky. Until I realized that the guy who hired me was going to take advantage of me and take advantage of the fact that I don't have a degree. But every now and again, he was asking me to do a lot of work for free for him. Doing research for him when I was at home, working on some websites for some friends of him who had like a nonprofit who couldn't afford his services, doing stuff on his websites, and honestly, a lot of things. And I was kind of in an awkward position because I wanted to keep that job. I felt because I didn't have a degree, I might not get this kind of opportunity elsewhere, even though I felt it was unfair. And actually, I spent so many hours working for him for free that I actually made just barely above minimum wage. And you know, eventually, like all these rich guys, he decided to go on long vacations. And at that point, he told me, hey, Alec, I'm going to need you to call clients for me and take care of finding new clients for a business while I'm not there. And so I thought, hey, cool, that's a cool opportunity. I'd be happy to learn that. And so I learned all his process. And the day I went to meet my first client, I looked at his proposals and I looked at actually how much he was really asking to his clients for our services. And I looked at that and it was like, holy shit, he's charging $85 an hour for web development services. Something is wrong here. I had to live with my parents and I had to go to work on the bus because I couldn't afford my own car. And this guy was charging more than 4 times what he was paying me. And on top of that, he was asking me to do all these hours for free. And you know, like every good introvert, I did what every good introvert does. And I didn't talk to him about it. I just was angry about it and I just didn't talk about it. I don't like confrontation. I don't like confronting people. I don't like negotiating. So I just sat there, kept working, rationalizing in my head that actually it's fine. You know, it's a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I might not be able to get a job elsewhere. And he kept asking me to do other free work. And one day I just said, hey, this is too much. We agreed that I would work for $18 an hour, pay me for all the hours that I worked. And what that motherfucker did at that point feels straight out of a fucking Hollywood movie. And he said that if I did not do this job for free, he said that he wouldn't pay me for the last 2 weeks that I had been working for him. I thought maybe it's gonna be hard for me to find jobs if I'm not with him. But you know what? I'm not his little bitch. And I think the most satisfying thing in this story is that this motherfucker got what he deserved. You see, when he was going on all these rich guy vacations, he showed me how to find clients. And at first when I quit that job, I tried to find clients on Upwork like I did the first time. And again, I didn't find a lot of success. And then I thought to myself, why don't I try to find clients the exact same way that my boss had showed me to? He was not using Upwork. I knew exactly what kind of companies were hiring him for his services. I knew what kind of companies were likely to be interested in web development services and pay a lot of money for it. And he had showed me how to talk with them. And when I started doing that, after sending less than fucking 10 emails, I got my first client that paid me more than $45 an hour. More than double what I was making when I was working for that motherfucker. And probably more like triple if you count the fact that I was working a lot of hours for free for that motherfucker. And with the fact that I could make my own schedule, be my own boss, work with who I wanted, I just looked at it and I thought, man, I don't ever want to get a normal job. So I kept finding new clients and I managed to find people who are willing to pay up to $115 an hour for my time. If you've listened to this story and you feel like, hey, maybe you're not that excited about getting your first job as a web developer, maybe it's kind of going to be shit. At the same time, you probably feel like you do deserve to make a good amount of money to be able to work with people that respect you. And if I could talk to my younger me, I would tell him, just go fucking freelance. Get rid of shitty methods like Upwork and go learn real methods of finding clients. And listen, it doesn't have to be expensive and you can learn that pretty quickly. And you don't need to go get a shitty job and hope that your shitty boss probably teaches you these things like he did for me. And if you want to learn how to do that, if you want to learn how to make more money as a developer and start making money faster and in much better conditions than getting a fucking normal job, I made a video a couple of weeks ago on how to start your freelance career. Here's a link to that video, just click here. And for more content like this, subscribe.